And start the recording. And welcome all of you to the Pink Diamond Destiny Call. And I am so excited that Amy, the Pink Diamond Ambassador, is here with us today. Yes, a few of us were very fortunate to meet her during Leaders Retreat. And, you know, we hit it off really well. And you and I had a great conversation just a couple of months ago, similar to what we're going to kind of talk about today, which is, you know, some of the things that have happened early on throughout the history of Plexus. You've been with it since pretty much the beginning, and you've seen some of the struggles and the challenges and how we've kind of still come out on top and still been an amazing organization and seen such amazing growth. And I thought that was really important for, you know, a lot of our newer people to see that, you know, yeah, there might be trials and tribulations, there may be challenges, there may be times that we feel that this isn't worth it, but it is so worth it. And that if you persevere and are consistent, things are amazing are going to happen. So I'm going to give it to you. And then again, if anyone has chat, there's chat down at the bottom. You can add your questions. I'm going to monitor that for Amy. So if you guys see anything or you kind of hear something and you want to have further understanding of it, just put it into the chat and I'll keep track of it. So Amy, I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to you.
Okay, sounds good.
Right, it's all yours, babe.
Thank you, Tricia, thanks for having me on your call tonight, and welcome everybody. I'm happy to be here. My name is Amy Sage. I'm a Diamond Ambassador at Plexus, and I have been with Plexus worldwide since 1997, and that is actually since we just had a breast check kit. The Slim was introduced, wait a minute, 2007.
That's okay, you're missing a decade.
2000 about that. I was like, wait a minute, it was not 1997. 2007, and then Plexus Slim came on board in 2009. So Slim actually came to me. I was already part of the company. The thing is, Tarl and Alfred Pedersen at the time bought the company, ended up bringing Slim to the company, and in addition to that, they changed the compensation plan. There was a lot of things that were going on, and the people that I had one of the largest teams in the company. It wasn't that big, but it was the largest teams. And they were like, wait, I can't sit around and wait for them to change the comp plan. I can't hang around. I got to leave. I got to get a job. I got to do this. So everybody was stressing, throwing their arms up in the air, and so many of them left. And one of the biggest things for you is, don't quit, because it's never a good time to quit in this industry, because you never know what's going to happen down the road. Most people start this business alongside a full-time job. So why quit this? If you are taking the products and you're loving the products, hang in there, because I didn't quit. I stayed through the trials and tribulations of a new plan, answering all the questions, the new back office that came on board to accommodate the Plexus Slim and the ProBio and the BioCleanse, the first 3 products that came on board. We had to have a new back office that introduced all this to keep track of our products and our customer orders, and it pales in comparison to what we have now. Oh my gosh, it was such a big thing at the time. But you know something? I loved the products so much back then. I just knew that everything was going to be okay. I had a full-time job. My husband at the time, we were doing okay. So I was going to just hang in there. But I did. Stumbling blocks, there was a ton of them. Did I quit? No, I didn't. This call is about, and I've got the shirt to show it. See, Plexus Strong. Figured I'd wear that tonight. But I'm going to try to keep to my little agenda here so I don't get off track. When the compensation plan was revamped, and that was probably our first stumbling block, making maybe a couple $100 a month, was nothing great. My other stumbling block, and a lot of you probably encounter, is an unsupportive spouse. They don't want you to do this. They don't want you to spend the money. They think it's a crazy train. Drink the pink Kool-Aid, whatever the things that you're hearing. You have to have the belief. You probably are all involved in this business because you believe in the products. You need to extend that belief to the company. I've been with the company since the beginning, so I have the belief. I know that whatever we are going to come out of it, because the executives don't make decisions for this company unless they are good for the ambassador and the company. That a long time ago, and they stick to it. If it's only and not us, they don't do it. But if it's good for us and not the company, they don't do it. So they make the best decision, and I know they always will. And if there's some issues, like with our back office right now, they're responding to them. They've got teams of people working every day, updates every week with fixing the issues, the glitches. I know they don't like that word. Making improvements on the current website or the current back office, which, mind you, was actually developed based on input from ambassador leaders all over the country. So everything that you're going to be able to do with this back office, which is full up and running, came from people like us, that this is what we need. They weren't just like people sitting up in corporate saying, this is the back office that we need to get for the ambassadors. No, these are people like us and you saying, this is what we need to make our businesses run more efficiently. This is what we need our team. So now in our back office, we have the training, we've got the support, we've got tools. Everything might not be up, but when it is, it's going to be amazing. But in the meantime, we have a few shipping delays. So what? You know, I give some to my customers and calm them down. We have a little bit longer delay on customer service hold. Well, you know, it's only temporary, because has an entire training class of customer service reps that I believe they're all out of training and back in staff, right? Answering calls. Times are improving. Have you seen that, Tricia?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Shipping times are amazing. I feel like we're back to the old shipping times, because ordered my products already shipped out. Now, if you're shipping hundreds of thousands of product orders every day, there's going to be a few that slip through the crack. And if you encounter one that does, just call a company and take care of it. They stand behind it. If there's an issue, they fix it, and they often make it even better for you. You know, here, let me send you a blender bottle, or let me send you a bottle of this. They will make it right. And I know that. And if you have the customer service rep, it's not the company, it's that particular rep. It might be a newbie. So, you know, be gentle with people. You know, have patience. Don't get caught up in the drama. This sits on my refrigerator. I love this magnet, no drama. You don't want to get caught up in it. Drama is very your ability to work your business. It's income producing. There's a time and place for it, but as goes the leader, so goes the team. So if you're responding to drama and feeding into the drama instead of saying, I believe in the company and the company is going to get through this. Look at what we've done so far. You know, we have come so far over the several years. We've transitioned into 2 back offices. This is the 3rd, and we're already coming out of it. If you can't go with that attitude to your team is going to feed off of the negativity too. So you just got to know that this got our back. These executives have our back, and they're going to do what's right. I would not have stuck by this company and battled what I battled if I didn't know that, if I didn't believe that. I've been on the advisory board for 2 or 3 years. So I got a with both the executives, and I realize not everybody is, but I feel about all the ambassadors, and they feel the same. They're going to take care of us. If something, you let your jewel upline know, the information will be fed back to them, and they will respond to it, and they will come out of transition even stronger. And we're top rated in the network marketing, direct marketing newsletters, the Inc. 500. Our company's always in the top. We have some Better Business Bureau, right? I've been seeing that on Facebook. There's some questions about people saying, why do we not have a good rating with them? Well, if you look at the dates of the complaints, and if you look at the numbers of the complaints, Many have been resolved. And the majority of them have already been, the majority of them have been since the new back office was into. So don't worry about that. That's just a stumbling block that our company will get over. They've got somebody monitoring that constantly, and they're responding to it, and they're doing do. They responded to the FDA like champs. They tight ship with compliance because of FDA regulation. They're doing right by us because they don't want us, they're not just looking to make money, they're looking to help all of us make money and help people. So they don't want it to come crashing down. We need to have that belief. And I don't know if I'm babbling, but I'm just very passionate about the company. And I know that we're all going to come out of this because we all, and y'all need to have that belief too. So basically, if I had quit way back when I had that first stumbling block with the compensation plan and the new back office back, I wouldn't be where I was today. And the other thing is, by not quitting, I encountered introductions of new products. And the company now is bringing in new products. Well, the next thing you want to do is make sure you follow up with some of these people that might have left you. Customers, ambassadors, let them know, hey, I've got this new product. You know, I thought of you, you've got to check this out. You know why? Because had I not done that in 2009, when if I didn't introduce it to one of my level ones way back then, I wouldn't be where I was today, because that level one is Sarah Marble. And she tried Plexus Slim, and I stuck with her, and together she and I fit and started growing. And one of the reasons we started growing was, the other thing I want to remind everybody is, your success in this business is not just people you bring into the business, but it's people they bring into the business. So it's important to work with everybody, just as pretty much as much as they're like your personal ambassadors, your level 2s and your level 3s. You just never know, because my level 1 and level 2 way back when did an event. They met somebody at this event, and this called my level 2 and left a message. She's very interested in the business. She wants to become involved. Please call her. Never called her. A week went by, 2 weeks. This person called the company. In this business, who do I need to talk to and find information out? Put her in touch with me. I chatted with her. We had a great conversation. I found out who she spoke to. I ended up getting her to sign up, but of course, she met my level 2 first. I had her sign up. So this person is on my 3rd level. This person is Sheila Medina. And I and worked with her, I wouldn't have had Sheila Medina on my 3rd level. And so her knowledge that she brought into the company will grow to help us start building a map on how to become successful, how to promote it. Sarah and I duplicated the heck out of what she did, and it started out with meetings. Neither of us would be where we are today. So I owe a lot to her. She's been phenomenal. She's been company. But now look, fast forward 5 years, we've got people hitting emerald in 6 months, diamond in less than a year. The roadmap, the tools are there. Don't get caught up in all of the little stumbling way, because in any job, you are always going to encounter those. We all did. We made our own brochures. We made our own business cards. We gave out our own sample sticks. There was no card to put our little samples of Plexus Slim to give out to people. We were kind of winging it and making it on Vistaprint. We did what we had to do. So we just kind of do what we got to do. And sometimes I just book for the day because of what's going on, and I'm just going to turn around and focus on my customers, making sure that they're happy, and my team members, especially my newer ones, and making sure they understand what's going on. And one of the things we do is we turn around and just turn the focus, change the focus away from, okay, there's a shipping issue, a long hold time. Well, you know something, they're going to get through this, but you know something, we've got this great Facebook event this Friday, and I would love for you to plug into it. You're going to hear some amazing stories. People have responded to the products and love them. You just change the topic and get them onto something positive. Get them out of that negativity and bring something positive into your business. Get your focus, because get your head out of the negativity, focus on the good things that are happening in your business. And I'm sure you've all got your team members and your business partners. And if you don't, because it's your business partners that help you when you're down. You help each other. That's why you want a partner, because when you're down, your business partner's up. Work together and motivate each other to be back, your head back into the business again. If you're up and your partner's down, you do the same thing for them. And so that's important. If you're new, think about who your business partner, who you want that person to be. And if you have them, go to them for support. One big, so you can say this, is if you've got complaints, don't ever complain down. Don't ever go to your downline and tell them, oh my gosh, I'm so sick of these whole times, or man, is this shipping going to get any worse? This company is horrible. They're not responding. You don't ever do that. You call your upline. And if they're not in touch with them, you call your next upline, because that's where you want to keep the concerns and the problems up, not down. You want to keep your team as motivated and happy as possible. And finding out some of the issues can help you better deal with your downline's frustrations. And I tell you, you got a great leader, Tricia, because she's got the right attitude. She's positive. She knows how to respond to things and where to keep the focus on the business. So, you know, listen, comes to stuff like that, let me tell you. Yeah, I'm kind of skipping all over the thing here. Following my agenda. I told you I love to talk.
I know. You said you were going to try and stay on your agenda. I didn't even bring the music to cut you off if you went to.
Well, let's see. Okay. You have a lot on this call, would you say? Like goals?
It kind of popped out. What did you ask?
Do you have like a number of leaders, like people that have teams like golds or above?
Yeah, I've actually got quite a few on the team right now that we're showing. I've got a couple of senior golds, a ruby.
Okay, awesome. Because this kind of is for all of you guys. I've been to several network marketing conferences in my years, just generic ones, not Plexus. And I can't tell you how many industry leaders on stage and share their story and tell us how many times they've had to rebuild their organization. And it could be one of many things, something that happened in the company that people gave up, threw their arms up, and quit. It could be another network marketing company that came in and started stealing some of their downline, which many of us encountered that with another MLS, and that was part of my organization too. And I lost quite a bit of people about a year ago. But you know something? I'm not going to let it bring me down, because I know those industry leaders have rebuilt their organization 6 times or more, some of them even more, my second time. That's the nature of the business, and you were successful because you knew how to talk to people and you got yourself to that level the first time. You just keep doing it. You know, you don't get to Ruby or Senior Ruby and sit back in your arms and say, all right, I'm done. You don't. You keep going. You keep going because A, you want to be successful, but B, look at the people you're going to be touching and the lives that you can be helping, financially, health-wise, all of it. We love what we do, so don't stop. We just keep rebuilding. It's the nature of the business. If something happens, don't let it bring you down, because you know what? We aren't the first company to have that happen to. It happens all across this industry. And I think that each time that happens, I'm not going to say I think, I know that what we are left with is a stronger team, because the people that stayed are the people that have the belief and the people that believe the leader and the company and are going to stay with you long term. The people that left, they probably would have left eventually anyway. You know, that's kind of always been my philosophy. The common thing in all of these transitions, these changes, these up, the one common thread is our executives, our leader teams, our leader executives, whatever you want to call them. They are improvements that are better for all of us. And just believe in them and hang in there with them, because there are plenty of teams going on. There's a team for the back office. There's a team for the advisory board. There's a team for the the international groups now, the international ambassadors. So the company is getting these folks or these support groups to help us even more, because we are growing so big. They aren't just throwing their arms up in the air and like, what can we do? No, they're getting support and help on what we need to do to better support our ambassadors. Have that belief. These executives we've got a wonderful ambassador training group now led by Marianne. I forgot her last name, but these new welcome packs that they're going to be putting out are phenomenal. If you didn't see them, you will want to order them as soon as they're available, because I think we'll be able to get them in our back office. They're only like $16.95. They're amazing. I'm all you can think of to be able to support somebody new in the business is in this welcome pack. We used to have to create binders and give them stuff to explain. Well, now there's individual cards, and I think Tricia, you went over that with everybody on your last call. But these are all improvements the company's continuously making. If that's not indication enough that they've got our back and they want to make it as simple as possible, I don't know what is. The tools, the training, the video, the testimonies, all there for us. We believe in the products. We just need to believe in the company and that we can get this. And we will. And we are. We're coming out stronger already, So, one other little thing. I don't know if I went over this. I encountered this with a couple of my team members telling me, I was trying to sign up a customer and something happened with frustrated, or I was trying to sign up an ambassador and I got so frustrated we couldn't get them signed up, there was a problem. I was like, why didn't you phone and call them and do it over the phone? Oh, I didn't think of that. So that's just like one of the simple things in today's technology people don't think of. If you're having an issue on the computer, and there probably will be things with an iPad or computer glitches that we might still be encountering, don't stress. Just pick up the phone and call customer service and sign them up on the phone or place them on the phone. I do it a while. It gets it taken away. Keep the stress level down, and then after the fact, you call the company or you call your upline, you find out, okay, what's going on with the website? Have you heard? Is anybody else having these issues? So sometimes it's just the simple things we don't think about, that can make it for us.
That's interesting, because we always are looking for these really crazy, unique ways to do something instead of like, oh, let's just pick up the phone, right?
I know.
We're so used to texting, emailing, computer. God forbid we all remember that that's all we used to be able to do. We didn't get to do any of this.
I'm an oldie, okay? What can I say? That's what I do.
I know, right? The beginning days of QVC when we actually had to pick up the phone and not do it over our computer. So we do have one question that's come up so far. You mentioned early in the call that you and Sarah had kind of taken on doing, a lot of those meetings. The question is, what type of meetings were you doing and how often were you doing them?
We, our first meeting, it's interesting that you asked that. We're doing them once a week. We had 13 people, and it was an opportunity meeting. And the first part of the meeting, we'd talk about the products. We'd introduce each product. And I sat there with my index cards in my hand, shaking and doing my meeting. And then afterwards, we talked about the business we had done. Went to one of Sheila Medina's meetings, because she, being in Mary Kay, she kind of had it all together. She came up with this system for the meeting. And that's kind of what our Opportunity of a Lifetime meetings were based on initially. Now, they had fit because of FDA guidelines, but it's the same process. We talk about the products, and then we talk about the business. However, in the beginning of the meeting, you get somebody to stand up and talk about, give their business testimony. What have the products done for them? Why do they love the business? Because you're starting the meeting with the business, and you want people to know opportunity. And what happened is The first meeting was 13 people. Well, the next Monday we said, well, we're going to meet here again next week. Bring a friend. The next meeting, I think we had 30 people. And then the following meeting, 32 people. And each week it kept growing. Now, granted, that's when a lot of people didn't know about Plexus. Now people say, well, too many people know about it, but you know, it makes it even easier to talk to somebody about it, because just because people know the product and know somebody else that sells it doesn't mean they know, like that person, trust that person enough to work with them. We're in a business. You build a relationship with a person and you tell them, this is the recommendation I make for you. I start all my customers out on the triplex combination, and I tell them why and why it's the best step for them. And I recommend all my, and I just continue to build that relationship, and they turn around and say, you know something, I know you're not local to me, or I know I don't really know you, but I'm cool with you. I want to buy from you. And that's what you want to focus on. Don't focus on, oh, well, this place is saturated, because it's not. I can go back to Louisiana, which is where it all is, Louisiana, Mississippi, and run into somebody that's probably still never heard of Plexus. No matter, because they might not be on Facebook. You know, they might not have known. Not everybody is on. So does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. It does. So when you were doing these meetings, I know you mentioned you were shaking, because I think that's some of the, you know, a lot of our new people, this is important. I to share it, because you even talked about how Sarah Marble was afraid to kind of get up and talk.
Well, we did it together. I did it together.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I know I have plenty of people on here, Kimmy, wherever you are, that don't feel comfortable doing that, you know, and they're going to get there. I mean, you probably didn't start out there feeling like a rock star up in front. You were probably nervous, thinking everyone's looking at you. So tell us a little bit about, you know, a little bit about the shaky and how you overcame it.
Honest, I was okay with talking in front of people by that time. I just wasn't okay with the materials. So I put it on the index card, and I said to everybody, look, I tend to digress. The information on the index cards, if you don't mind, I'm just going to follow along to make sure I stay on point. Nobody got up and left the meeting. You know, I just sat there card by card by card. And Sarah sat there, and she didn't do the beginning. And then I think it was a second meeting, she felt comfortable about the Plexus Slim. So I had her stand up and talk about the Plexus. I took it from there. And then the more she was comfortable, she took on another product. And before you know it, she talked about all the products, and I talked about the business. And that's how we worked it out. So for those of you that are a little gun shy, you know, do a meeting with somebody that isn't gun shy and just talk about one piece. One of our most successful meetings that we had each ambassador, like meetings, we had an ambassador talk about their favorite product. And it wasn't led by me or Sarah talking to them. They were sharing, I like Plexus Slim because this is what it did for me, or I like it because I have IBS and this is what it did for me. And it, again, we are a driven company. And when you have a meeting like that, if you have a number of people that are on the products, that's very powerful too.
Yep. I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. Ladies, and gentlemen, if you've got any questions, pop them onto the chat, because I think we have a lot of really great comments. Like, by the way, we've had really good feedback so far on you, so that's always good. But we don't have any questions yet, except for the one that I asked you. So definitely don't be shy, guys. This is your chance. If you want to ask a question about something that was going on early on, you know, and maybe how we, you know, came from one place to the next, ask. You know, definitely Amy's been very open about sharing about, you know, the beginning days and the trials and tribulations of being a company without even a name for Plexus Slim yet.
I will add that what changed my life was very first convention. So for those of you that have not registered for convention yet, do that. Convention was their first convention. I attended there with Sarah and Sarah's mother, and we actually all shared a room, the three of us. And Sarah was a silver because she signed up with her and her husband, and I gave her somebody. So she was a silver. Me, I didn't even know what my points were, and it turns out I was 200 I had no clue. I didn't understand the comp plan at the time. But going to convention, there was 50 of us. I met people there. Sheila was there with her big team, because that's what had started it all going. And we watched and we learned what they were doing. We talked with other people, heard how the products were helping people. And Sarah's mother, who had no idea going to be doing the business, left convention saying, I know why I'm going to be doing this business. I can't believe how these lives have been changed. I want to change lives. Sarah and I knew that we were going to do, this is how we were going to do our meetings. This is what we were going to do moving forward. At the time we were doing, home parties for certain people. Meetings was really the focus. But that was a very small convention. To us, it was huge. It was the first one. It was great. It was life-changing. 5 months later, Emerald. So it was definitely life-changing. Had I not gone to convention, I don't know. I don't know what would have happened. But the power of convention nowadays, yeah, there's over 10,000, every one of them. But the people you meet, you're going to share stories, what works for you, what doesn't work for you. If you don't have a why, you're going to walk away with one when you leave that convention. So if you've got to rent. If you've got to share a room with 4 people, do it. Get yourself there. On getting the travel voucher to help you with your plane ticket to get there. It's going to be well worth it. They say
I agree. I mean, it really does. I mean, we talk about it all the time. Leaders are born at events, and it really is the truth, because you get so much enrichment of all different variations. You see all kinds of different people. They provide us with amazing speakers, amazing workshops. You get to interact with people from all over the country in different downlines, sidelines, uplines. It's amazing. So I remember we only got a couple more days, people, to register for the $79.95. So it goes up to $99 on Monday.
And I'm just sorry. I was going to say the conventions every year, because at the end of the convention they have a diamond meeting, and all the diamonds, we all meet with the exec, and we make suggestions. We like, this is what we didn't like, this is what we'd like to see next year. So a lot of the things, I mean, the positive things was the ambassador-led trainings. People love those, and that point. So we're probably going to see that again. There's always improvements, especially I think the store was a big problem last year. The lines were ridiculous getting in. So they're looking at things to run a little differently this one. Maybe it's going to be multiple stores. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But each year they take things that they learn there and they improve upon them for the following.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Well, it doesn't look like we have any other questions, and we've kind of hit our 30 minutes. So Amy, thank you so much for volunteering to be my guinea pig on this first major call of the year. So I appreciate that. And I thank everybody for taking the time to be part of this. I did record it, so if anybody wants to go back and take notes, if you missed anything, definitely do that, or email me if you've got additional questions. I'll be happy to pass them on to Amy and get some further clarification. And for those of you who didn't pay attention and see it, we've got an online event that Amy and I are co-hosting tomorrow night. So if you have any prospects or ambassadors that you're looking to get signed on, definitely reach out to myself. I'll be happy to bring you in and get you invited and get you part of that. And it's not a lot of time. It's an hour to an hour and a half. We'll be answering questions, talking about pretty much everything she just talked about that they did at their opportunity events, just in a informal setting from their home, just looking on a computer or a tablet.
The Facebook events have been phenomenal for us. So I on that route, we do 2 of them a month, and they've been very beneficial for the meeting, because people don't like to go to opportunity meetings all the time. They can't get there.
Right.
So they've worked out very well for us. So definitely.
Well, we have lots of thank yous. Everybody is definitely saying thank you. I have a couple of messages I need to share with you later. So from Kimmy and Kelly, so I'll send those on to you later.
That's funny.
Well, alrighty, everybody. You all have a wonderful night. Again, thank you so much, Amy. I truly appreciate it. And I'll get this recording over to you as well. Thanks, everyone.
All right, thanks.